and you yourself are a killer of children. Now, of course, it's not true, but the world only believes what the media tells them to believe, and I tell the media what to believe. It's really quite simple.
Rewriting history. To say that history is written by the victors is a massive understatement. It is absolutely true. I cannot stress this enough. We are witnessing lies and the distortion of truth every day in our corrupt media as they read from their daily memo that was scripted for them the night before. Gone are the days of independent media reporting from an unbiased position. With the war raging in Ukraine, the Ministry of Truth, masquerading as the press, is in overdrive, trying to maintain public support for Washington's proxy war against Russia. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll know I don't support Ukraine, and I certainly do not buy into any of the propaganda about Russia. Russia is currently the biggest obstacle to American hegemony and the globalists' plan for world domination, and they are working tirelessly to destroy the Russian Federation, not only with military force using Ukraine, but through shaping public opinion with all the institutions, including academia, entertainment, politics, and of course the media. We've been conditioned for decades into believing the Russian nation is the villain. The lies haven't stopped, they've only intensified as this war progresses. Now let's imagine for a second a hypothetical scenario where the collective West somehow defeats Russia in Ukraine, marches on Moscow, and occupies the entire country. Yes, I know it's extremely unlikely, but let me finish. Given the visceral hatred the Western establishment has shown towards Russia, one can only imagine how that would manifest should Russia be at the mercy of these hate-filled occupiers. There will be no quarter given. Now, will they simply line people up against the wall and start shooting? No, probably not. No doubt there will be such incidents to which the media will conveniently ignore or justify as reprisals for purported war crimes committed by the Russian army. The establishment-approved historians will quickly get to work and start writing the events as they've been conditioned to believe in order to paint the desired picture that the globalists want us to see. A web of lies will be created about Russia, which will be cemented into the history books. Russia will be vilified beyond anything we've seen before. Well, almost. Putin and his government will be put on trial at The Hague in a kangaroo court with made-up charges thrown at them. Russian people will be made to suffer as they're denied access to basic living essentials. Many will die of starvation. Atrocities will be committed by the occupiers without admission, let alone punishment, as the Western authorities turn a blind eye. Next, they will discover death camps where millions were starved and murdered by the Putin regime. Yes, they'll invent a whole new guaranteed. As the victims will conveniently be just to stir up public outrage so that actual crimes committed by the Western armies can be quietly dismissed and ignored as the media focuses on this fabrication with false witness statements and invented stories. Hollywood production teams will be busy constructing movie sets ready to show the world how evil these Russians are and the horrors they committed against certain people, mainly the Jews. They will once again claim top spot on the podium of victimhood. The Russian people will be re-educated and forced to accept Western values and bear the guilt for this new genocide, which of course was fabricated, and for having started the war against Ukraine. The armed forces will be completely dismantled, with only a police force allowed to carry weapons. Russia will be dismantled into a dozen or more republics, each with a puppet government installed by Washington for easy management. Western oligarchs, mainly wealthy business owners and industrialists, will quickly begin extracting the resources they were previously denied, without compensation, as they pillage and pick the carcass of this murdered nation. European Russia will remain permanently occupied with American bases and will be regarded in the history books as the once evil, ultra-nationalist, anti-Semitic, warmongering nation, effectively replacing Nazi Germany as the most evil regime of modern history. Russia will be retrospectively smeared and demonized, with Putin becoming the new Hitler, as he's strawmanned beyond recognition. Given the lies we've seen and the reckless behavior of the American-led Western establishment, does this sound like an unlikely scenario? Would this come as any surprise if these events unfolded as I just described, or something similar? Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and hit the bell button. Until next time.